She's a bad mamma, just as fine as she can be.
I'm Tammy. Welcome to my kitchen and a special 2 videos in 1 week. I just had an idea for some easy and inexpensive dips in case you're entertaining this weekend. Again, let's get to the important things. My pants, H&M brand that I got at Goodwill for $1.99. This top I got at ARC for 99 cents, $2, $1. Shoes were like $14.99. Didn't get them at a thrift store, but got them on sale, so okay. Casual outfit. We are going to make 3 appetizers, and that's quick, inexpensive, and again would be great to serve. First thing we're doing is a baked artichoke dip. And I know like lots of people have their artichoke dips, and I made this just a couple weeks ago, and I did not have the artichokes that they called for. It was just like artichoke hearts, and I had marinated artichoke hearts. So I used that, and everybody was like, oh my God, this is the best artichoke dip. And it was just because it was marinated. It had like an extra herb and oil, and it was really good. So that's what we're doing. First thing is, this is my artichoke hearts that I have chopped up. We've got mayonnaise, some Worcestershire sauce, and some Tabasco hot sauce. So we're going to stir this up, and you could pop this into a baking pan, a greased one, and cook it in the oven in that. Or you could make my recipe for homemade bread that's on our website, but I just went ahead and went to the grocery store and got this. It was $1.59. Hollowed it out, just took the knife, did that, nothing fancy. Hey, if I can do that, you can do that. And I'm going to bake it right in this. This does not look very festive. It kind of looks boring. So I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit of cayenne, a little bit of black pepper. And I think that looks a lot better. So we're going to pop it in the oven for 20 minutes at 350. While that's cooking, here's the top of the bread. We'll just slice this up and serve that with the artichoke dip. Next on our list of recipes is beer cheese. This is a Paula Deen recipe that I've been cooking forever, and every time we have company, I double the recipe, and we still continue to run out of beer cheese, and it's really, really, really easy. So, first thing we're going to do is, I have about 1/8 of a small onion. I'm just going to roughly throw that in there, and some garlic. Okay, I just had that finely chopped now. I'm going to add some sharp cheddar cheese. I made this one time with just regular cheddar, and it was okay, but it did not have the zing that this cheese has. This cheese, it's got a kick to it, and it's really, really good. And it's great with celery and carrots. That's how I normally serve it. We are going to add the cheese, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. This is where you're getting your kick from. And some salt, and a tablespoon of flat beer. And you know what? Half the time I forget. We're not beer drinkers typically, and I forget to set out a beer. So this is not as flat as it could be, but I kind of stirred it up, stuck my finger in there. And I do this all the time, and it still comes out really good. So add a tablespoon of that. Pop our lid on. And then all you want to do is process it until it becomes really smooth. I like to occasionally wipe down the sides. And when I said really smooth, I don't mean that it's going to be like melted cheese smooth. You just don't want big chunks in here. We're going to actually pack that into a bowl in a minute. Let that cook. Okay, so this is smooth. It still looks chunky, but it's smooth. And it doesn't look like a lot, but it does not take very much for an actual serving. And what I like to do is you could put this in any kind of size crock or little dish that you wanted to do. This is great for get-togethers because you can get these little dishes and just spread them out. You know what? Because I'm always thinking about little gifts that you can give your guest when they leave. Not that you have to, but you know, something that makes the evening memorable. And you can find these at thrift stores, or you can get them at the dollar store or Bed Bath & Beyond, wherever. And if you made some of this cheese, what a great idea it would be to make extra and send a little crock home with everybody. I just thought of that. I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea, Tammy. So you want to wrap these up. We'll stick them in the fridge, and then we will get to our next dip. And our last recipe that we're doing is hummus. And this is a hummus without tahini. I know that there are some people who will only eat hummus if it has tahini. But sometimes you cannot find it in the grocery store. So this is just a simple, basic hummus that anybody could make without a specialty store right down the street. Okay, I'm talking to someone specific. And what I like to serve this with is I actually get flour tortillas, cut them up in triangles, pop them in the oven and bake them. It's a lot cheaper than buying pita chips at the store, and it's healthier. So that's what I normally serve this with. First thing we're going to put in is 3 or 4 garlic cloves and a can of garbanzo beans that have been rinsed and drained. 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I mean, literally, you can put this together in less than 5 minutes. And some kosher salt, dash of hot sauce, or maybe a couple. So you want to process this until it's smooth. You want to scrape down the sides occasionally and just smooth it out a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do is add 1/4 cup of olive oil, but you don't want to add it all at once. And what you're going to do is just slowly add it in. I'm going to taste this just to check for seasoning. This is got a really good texture. It's got a little bit of a lemon lemon zest to it. To me, it was just a tad tart still, though. I mean, it tastes really good. It's got this like lemon zeal to it, but it's still a little tart. So I'm going to add a few more drops of hot sauce. So I'm going to get this into a bowl. We're going to pop our artichoke dip out of the oven and then show you what we came up with. Look how beautiful all of these appetizers look. Pretty impressive, fairly inexpensive, didn't take a long time. The thing that took the longest was the artichoke dip, which was 20 minutes to cook. Anyway, let me tell you what I got this in on pricing. The hummus came in at $1.80 for 2 cups, and that's not even all the hummus. So hummus was $1.80, a lot less expensive than hummus at the grocery store. Very expensive. You could serve that with homemade pita chips or tortilla chips, whatever. Then the baked artichoke dip came in at $4, and that is including the bread. And you could just serve the top right like that. You could also put crackers. That was $4. The beer cheese, which is, oh my God, so good, especially with celery and carrots. You could also put crackers on that. That came in at about $2.70 for, it feeds a lot. $2.70 for about a cup, which it does not take very much cheese. I mean, it's got like a bite to it, so you don't need very much. That would actually feed about 12 people, and that's not all the cheese. I still have more cheese left over. And then our salsa came in at about $3, and some tortilla chips, and everything was really easy. It's great tasting, and it's not processed food. It's stuff that you make, and it tastes good, and your guest will think that they're special because you took the time to do that. So anyway, hope you have a happy Memorial Day weekend, and cheers. I will see you next week.
Just as fine.